Hello everyone, welcome to Teamfight Tactics Set 9, Runeterra Reforged. Following in line with previous sets, Runeterra Reforged comes with a new lineup of traits, champions, and not one, but two new mechanics. We'll be discussing the first of those two in this video, that being portals. Every game, after loading in, you'll see that the starting carousel has been replaced by 3 portals. Each portal has its own unique property which will change the flow of the game and is based on a different region of Runeterra. There are 11 different regions, one of the regions having 4 different portal variations, 6 other regions having 3 different portal variations, and 4 other regions having 2 different portal variations. The 3 options can be seen on the left side of the starting carousel, so don't try and guess what the portals are. Just read. Each player gets to vote for the portal of their choice, and after a short period, one of the 3 will be chosen via a weighted voting selection system. This means that it's not a mob rule system, so even if you're the only person hoping to play a game with no augments, there's still a chance. Let's take a look at the different regions and variations. Starting off with the only region with 4 variations, we have the home of the Yordles, Vandal City. Vandal City portals can lead to Yordle portals, where you get a free high tier champion on the 1st and 5th round of every stage. Yumi's Zoom Zone, where player combats are shortened to 20 seconds instead of the standard 30 seconds. Scuttle Puddle, where PvE monsters are replaced by scuttle crabs that drop additional golden loot. Or Vandal Cafeteria, where spatula holding units feed Poro snacks to their closest ally at the start of every round, granting permanent HP. You'll also gain a free spatula at 2-1, so don't worry about getting Mort Dog from the get-go. Next up is Demacia. Kingdom of Justice's portals can lead to one of 2 places. House Light Shield, where you're given a Crown of Demacia, which gives additional stats to the equipped unit with the caveat that if the holder dies, you instantly lose the fight. Hope you're good at protecting your king or queen. Second potential portal destination is the Petricite Forest, where units are larger and gain 150 HP. From Demacia, let's shift over to the Freezing Freljord. Freljord portals can take you either to Hearthhome, where at stage 4 or 5 you'll gain a Masterwork upgrade to transform one of your key items into a Radiant version, or Orin's Forge, where on stage 2-5 or 3-5 you gain an Orin item anvil. Now, from the Freezing Cold to the First Lands, Ionia. Ionia portals can lead you to one of 3 places. The Placidium Library, where you gain a Scroll of Knowledge on stage 3-5. Using the scroll on a unit will present you with all the emblems matching the unit's traits. Godwillow's Grove, where a spot on your bench becomes the Grove, granting their non-unique traits as though they were on your board. Do note that placing a unit that's already on your board won't grant their traits again. They have to be a unit not already on your board. Or the Dreaming Pool, where at the start of every stage, you'll get a champion that fits your team. Next, we'll look at the kingdom that invaded and brought war to Ionia, Noxus. Noxus portals will either transport you to the Immortal Bastion, where you're given a movable battle flag that grants additional stats to units adjacent to it, or Nox Cryo, where random hexes appear on your board after you choose an augment. That means at 2-1, 3-2, and 4-2, you'll gain 1, then another, and then finally a 3rd hex. Each of the hexes provides units placed on them with an item at the start of combat. Now, travel to the City of Innovation, Piltover. Piltover portals generally will play with the augment choices provided throughout the game. Stillwater Hold will make it so that no augments are offered during the game. University will make it so that the first augment is guaranteed to be prismatic. And Jace's Workshop will make it so that all the augments are guaranteed to be prismatic. The Shadow Isles is focused on death. Whether it be Yorick's Graveyard, where players are allowed to pillage eliminated players' armories for items, or Thresh's Sanctum, where souls are collected upon unit death, and turn into loot orbs every 40 souls collected. Ancient Civilization Lost on the Sands, Shurima is all about items. The Warlord's Palace will reopen the Treasure Armory round in 4-7, as a throwback to the Set 7 Dragonlance Armory round. The Shuriman Bazaar is a throwback to Set 8.5's Glitch Carousels, with each unit holding 2 components instead of 1. Then finally, the Shifting Sands will make sure you never need to sell your 2-star 1 cost when you finally find your late game carry, because whenever you don't have a magnetic remover on your bench at the start of the round, you're given one. Targon will bless you with higher capped boards than ever seen before. Argon Prime grants a blessing of gold or items when you reach 40 HP. Maris Omegnum grants a Tactician's Crowns on both stages 2-5 and 4-5, meaning you'll have all the units you ever wanted fighting on the battlefield. The Summit will grant you a Lesser Champion Duplicator at the start of each stage, starting on stage 3, and a Champion Duplicator at the start of every stage, starting on stage 5. The Void is an interesting place. Not much is known what will happen if you venture into their portals. In the Unstable Rift, you'll be given a completed item that pops off and changes every single round. In the Lavender Sea, you'll gain a Void Hex on a random hex on your battlefield. The hex will move after every PvE round and carousel, and will grant either damage reduction or increased damage depending on its placement. The Rupture is truly a place of chaos, transporting you to a location not shown during the opening carousel. Finally, we travel to the home of Powder and Violet, Zaun. If you're not sure who Powder and Violet are, I recommend you get a Netflix subscription and go watch Arcane. Not sponsored by Netflix. Or Riot. Unless they wanted to. Call me. Zaun portals can completely change the pace of the game, or honestly have pretty little impact. The Sump removes interest, and starting stage 2-1, every player gains 3 gold passively at the start of each round. Think of it as the Hustler augment, but for everyone and for free. The Ecliptic Vaults grant you 4 gold every time you select an augment. So by the end of the game, you're up 12 gold and down a lot of fun. Flask Industries grants you 3 gold every time you build a completed item. If you like playing Twisted Fate as your legend of choice, you'll want to choose this portal for infinite value. Who's Twisted Fate and what are legends? Well, legends are the second new set mechanic of Set 9, silly. You can find my video covering the new mechanic here. With that, we've covered all the regions and portal variations in Set 9. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more TFT content. I'll see you in the next one.